Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a button ring. It's not that hard and you only need a few simple materials that I'm pretty sure most of you guys have around your house. And what you need is some sewing thread, and I'm using white sewing thread. And you need some elastic, not the kind of elastic that you use to make bracelets and jewelry, like those clear elastic. I mean like the elastic that you'll find, like the wide kinds that you'll find in like maybe pajama pants. They have a stretch elastic in the waistband, or some exercise or yoga pants. Or if you don't have also if you have any like worn clothes that you don't want anymore, you can like open up the waistband and just take out the elastic part and use that. Or if you don't have you can go to like a fabric store like Joann's and just pick up some elastic. I'm using white elastic, and just found this around my house. So yeah. And also you'll be needing a sewing needle right here. Just a regular sewing needle. And you'll also need a ruler to measure. Well, you don't really need a ruler, but if you want to be accurate and precise, you can get that. And you also need some scissors to cut the thread. Oh, also you'll be needing some buttons. Any kind of button you like. I'm using these jewel buttons like this. And I'm using 2. You can use 1, you can use 2, you can use 3. But don't put too much because it won't like fit, like it won't work. So, I'm using 2. You can use 2 to overlap and create an interesting look. So that's what I'm going to do. Overlap the small button on top of the big button. So let's first start by cutting the elastic. So we're going to take the elastic, wrap it around our finger that we're going to want to maybe the finger that you planning to put the ring on, like the ring finger that you want the ring to be on. So you just wrap it around and add a little bit more, like maybe a half a centimeter, a centimeter. It's up to you, around that. Not too much, not too little, just enough. So I'm going to add about that much there and cut it right there. That. So I just got my elastic cut. So now we're going to take our sewing needle and I'm going to cut some thread right now. And you don't really need to measure this. You can just randomly cut an amount. I'm just cutting about, let's say 24 inches, I guess. You don't need this much. I'm just doing extra just in case. So thread your needle with the thread. That. And I usually double my thread. You don't have to, but I always do, just to make sure it's secure. And then I double it and then I tie a knot at the end like this. Just tie a double knot. At the ends. Like that. Then we're going to now sew the ends together to make a circle shape kind of thing. So we're going to sew the 2 ends together like this. Like, let me put it on my finger again. Just to make sure to see where to sew. So I have to sew up to there. Actually, I'm going to put it around this finger. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to take my needle right now and start sewing the ends together by overlapping it and then just sticking my needle up. Like that. And then just continue sewing your ends together until you're finished. Okay, now I'm ready to sew my buttons on because I just sewed my the ends of the elastic together already. So now it has like a perfect ring circle thing. So like a circle shape. So now I'm going to cut another piece of thread, another length of thread to sew my buttons on. So like another 24-inch. And then thread your needle again. And I'm going to double it up again. Tie a double knot. I'm just going to trim off the ends a little because it's too long. To maybe about a centimeter, like that. Take the needle and I'm going to put the buttons in the center of the elastic. So this is where the two ends got sewn together. So now I'm going to poke my needle up through the middle of the elastic circle. About the middle. It doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. Like that. Then now I'm going to put one of my buttons on. The first one will be the bigger one. Then the second one will be the smaller one. Through one hole. And I'm using buttons that have 2 holes only. Now when you go back down, you're going to go through the other hole and then the other hole of the first button if you're using 2 buttons. And then poke it down through the elastic. So like that. Now if you're using 4-holed buttons, you have to sew it on diagonally. Like don't like poke the thread through the 2 holes that are horizontally together. You have to do it diagonally if you're using 4-holed buttons. But I'm using 2-holed buttons right now. So like that. Then I'm just gonna repeat that, like go up and down through the holes, just make sure it's extra secure. And then yeah, and then later I'll tie off the ends. Okay, now I'm done sewing the button on, and I'm just gonna tie a double knot around the like to end the button so the buttons won't fall off. So I'm just tying a double knot as close as possible. This is my second knot. And I'm just using the needle to guide the knot to where I want the knot to be. Like that. So now I'm going to cut off the ends close to the knot. That. And now my button ring is ready to wear. So I hope you guys like this video tutorial, and I hope you check out my other videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye!